Now, for Caleb Williams, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the perfect rookie season, but Caleb Williams still did some really good things this year. Finished the year beating the Green Bay Packers, something the Bears haven't done since, 2015 at Lambeau. 11-game losing streak to the Packers as well. So Caleb Williams' rookie season, it wasn't the best rookie season possible. There are still some things he needs to work on. Some deep ball accuracy issues. Just, some wide open balls he's missing, holding the ball too long. There are some mistakes he's making that he needs to, refine and work on this offseason. But a lot of things with the Bears, a lot of their struggles came down to execution, play calling, coaching, all that stuff. So all that, came into the mix with a lot of Caleb Williams' mistakes too. Offensive line, when it's better, I'm sure the sack ratio will go down as well. But a big part of Caleb Williams' sacks were a little bit on him as well. So Caleb Williams, the mistakes don't cover up all the good that he did this year. Beating the Green Bay Packers, huge victory for Caleb Williams and for this Bears team. 10 straight games they lost, 10-game losing streak, and then 11-game losing streak to the Green Bay Packers. And they finished the year off beating the Packers in Lambeau. First victory for the Bears in Lambeau since 2015 with Jay Cutler. So just the competitor he is. In the fourth quarter, this guy is different. The good things about Caleb are really good. These are the things you want in a franchise quarterback. So that's what gets me the most excited. Good in the fourth quarter, takes care of the football, only 8 turnovers this year, can extend plays with his legs, really good at the podium, says all the right things, pretty good leader. I mean, back to the fourth quarter numbers, back to him being the king of the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, 1,100 yards passing, 64% completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 95.3 QBR, 6.2 yards per attempt. He has no fear in the fourth quarter. No moment is too big for him, and it doesn't matter how well he plays in the game. Fourth quarter, when it's time to win, he's at his best, and the numbers back that up. Washington had a terrible game against his fellow, rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, who was drafted the pick after him. Jaden Daniels looked pretty good in that game. He had 2 huge drives in the fourth quarter. Should have had a game-winning drive if, it wasn't for the Hail Mary on Washington, maybe the greatest Hail Mary of all time. Unfortunately, if it wasn't for that, against Green Bay, the first time they should have won that game-winning drive. Cairo Santos' field goal gets blocked. But he finally got his fourth quarter game-winning drive against Green Bay. And this game, you were nervous because it looked like the Bears were going to do it again in a creative way. DJ Moore catches the ball, screen pass, wide receiver screens. Oh my goodness, I'll be happy if I never see one of those again. But DJ Moore screen pass, quick screen, and he gets tackled, fumbles the ball. 2 minutes left in the game. Packers 22-21. Hit a field goal. Bears hold the Packers to a field goal. Caleb Williams with 50 seconds left in the game. 18-yard bomb to DJ Moore sets the Bears up for field goal position, and they make it. And they beat the Packers. Caleb Williams would have 5 game-winning drives if it wasn't for coaching. You talk about the Bears going 10-7 instead of 5-12. That's the difference. He was great against his NFC North opponents. The first 3 times they played, he should have won those 3 games. Those are some of the game-winning drives I'm talking about. Minnesota, overtime, what he did in the fourth quarter against Minnesota, like 3 passing touchdowns in the fourth quarter. This shit was crazy. Set them up for a field goal to tie things up and go into overtime. Against Detroit, in position to win that football game. A little blame on him, but Eberflus should have called a timeout. They would have gotten in position to get that field goal and win that game on Thanksgiving night. And against Green Bay, I already talked about that. The Bears really should be 4-2 against the NFC North with Caleb Williams as a rookie. So stuff like that makes you confident in Caleb. Stuff like that makes you feel like you finally have the guy, and the Bears do finally have the franchise quarterback. Green Bay, Caleb Williams should be 2-0 against Green Bay, and Green Bay should be like, wow, they finally have a franchise quarterback. The games feel a lot different against Green Bay. The Bears actually have a shot, and when it comes down to a one-score game, the Packers are not confident no more because Justin Fields, what he was in the fourth quarter, oh my goodness. I looked at the stats. I looked at the comparison in the fourth quarter between the 2 quarterbacks. Justin Fields in 4 seasons in the fourth quarter, 1,900 yards passing, 56% completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 67.2 passer rating, and 6.3 yards attempt. The only thing that Justin Fields was better than Caleb with is the yards per attempt, and that's by one like half a point. So Caleb Williams, This is why we made the decision to draft him, because of the potential. He could be like Mahomes. He could be that guy in the fourth quarter, that guy that helps us win the games. Because defensively, they're going to put the quarterback in position to win football games. And it's about, can he be up for the task? Can he get it done? And Caleb Williams has showed us he can get it done if he has the right coach. There's just a huge difference with, Justin Fields in the fourth quarter, fumbles, interceptions, and crucial moments and game-winning drives. He could never put together a game-winning drive. So now it's good that we have a quarterback that can finally do that. And I like what Caleb Williams said in the press conference. They asked Caleb Williams what's next for the Bears and what will the season look like next year. Caleb Williams said, "Sky is the limit, and probably more than the sky." Which I like shit like that. This is the kind of guy you want to root for. This is the kind of guy you want as your franchise quarterback that has that right amount of confidence and arrogance. And yeah, taking 68 sacks this year and played every game, not even on any injury report this season. Like every single game he played this year, and just the beating he took. Some of the sacks, like I said, were on him, but he's handled this year pretty well. And he showed me that he could battle through adversity and just have devastating loss after devastating loss, but still come up big in the final regular season game. People want to say it means nothing, but Caleb Williams showed up in the biggest moment and delivered the Bears their first victory against the Packers in a long ass time. So this year, to me, I don't think it was a failed year. I don't think this was a failed season, because the most important thing was Caleb Williams' development, and we saw Caleb Williams is a franchise quarterback. We seen that. We got a franchise quarterback. Coaching, we knew could be an issue and a problem for the Bears, potentially. Matt Eberflus, none of us were completely sold on him. And if the reason this year was bad was because of coaching, not because Caleb Williams isn't the guy, that's a win in my book. And in one season, the Chicago Bears got the top quarterback prospect, the best quarterback in the draft class, in my opinion. The following offseason, the Bears will get the top head coach candidate in Ben Johnson. All signs are pointing to Ben Johnson being the head coach for the Chicago Bears. He's willing to work with Ryan Poles too, so Ryan Poles get an extension, and Johnson and him get on the same type of deal. You're in good position to succeed now with the guy at quarterback and with the head coach, the right head coach. So Ben Johnson, if that's the guy, if that's the next head coach for the Chicago Bears, I'll be even more excited about Caleb Williams in the rookie year he had. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years, because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers.